Notes 4A, correlation coefficient R. Objective: I can effectively use technology to input data and determine the output's direction and strength in relation to the data. Essential question: how do I use the TI Inspire to find regressions? How do I use the results? During these notes, I expect you to join the Pear Deck and contribute to the slides. Watch the video, fill out the foldable, and ask questions as needed. On the next slide of the Pear Deck, drag the icons over which restaurant you like the best with the thumbs up and which one you like the least with the thumbs down. Go ahead and drag those icons. Become familiar with this vocabulary from this section. Correlation coefficient, a number between -1 and +1 to represent the percentage of accuracy between the data and the line of best fit. This is represented by R. Line of best fit, the linear equation that best fits the data. Vernier Data Quest, the place of the TI Inspire to calculate regressions. Regression, a measure of the relation between the mean value of one variable, output, and the corresponding values of other variables, inputs, such as time and cost. Common regressions include linear, quadratic, and exponential. Bivariate data, data that consists of two variables. Linear regression model, equation, an equation that models the line of best fit of bivariate data sets. What does the correlation coefficient R mean? It is a rate at which the data matches the line of best fit. It could be anywhere between 0 to 100% accurate here. So if you have an R that is between 0.5 and 1, it's a strong positive. If you have an R that is between -1 and -0.5, that is a strong negative. And then if you have a number between -0.5 and +0.5, that is a weak correlation. So the closer the number is to 0, the weaker it is. And then the further away from 0 it is, the stronger it is. Negative correlations will be for negative numbers, and then positive correlations will be for positive numbers. A negative correlation means when one variable increases, the other one decreases. And for positive correlations, they're going to both increase at the same time. Let's practice analyzing these. If we have a correlation coefficient of 0.41, this is positive and is going to be weak because close to 0. Negative 0.86, that is negative and it is strong. When R is negative 0.27, that is negative, weak. And then 0.72 is positive, strong. All right, now on the next slide, you do this one. Positive or negative, drag the icons either a plus or a minus. Strong or weak, drag the icons. Strong would be a thumbs up, weak will be a thumbs down. 0.99. Let's practice with some scatter plots. So, this arrangement right here, it looks like it is negative. It's a very, very weak negative. Okay, on the next slide, how about this one? Is this positive or negative? Strong or weak? Plus or minus for positive, negative, thumbs up, thumbs down, strong or weak. Drag those icons. Finding regressions in the calculator given data. So here are the steps to find the linear regression on a TI-Nspire calculator. First, you want to click on Vernier DataQuest, the green beaker, and then you want to copy the X and Y data into the table. We'll call this X, the years in college, and we'll call Y the debt. And then we will click this graph icon to graph the points. You have to do that before you can click menu. And then you click menu, for analyze, 6 curve fits. Choose 1 linear, 2 quadratic, or 6 for exponential. Those are the 3 regressions you'll be using this year. Enter, get the coefficients. Write your equation given the found coefficients. So let's go over that process. Turn on the TI-Nspire calculator, and then you're going to click the green beaker right here. And then we're going to click the table. Now notice there's already numbers here. To get rid of those, you click Control W and then No. And that's to quickly clear the calculator out. So we'll start that again. Click the green beaker to go over near DataQuest. Click the table at the bottom, the third on the right, and then type in your data points. After you've typed in all of your points, double check that you've typed them in correctly, and then go to the graph icon in the middle at the bottom. Okay, so now we will go to Menu, for Analyze, 6 curve fit, and then 1 linear. So now we have our numbers here. We're wanting to look for the correlation coefficient R, which is about 0.982. So we'll write that down. 0.982. So this is a positive correlation. The more years in college, the more debt that they will have. Strong or weak, this is strong. Okay, now let's repeat the process with the exponential regression. So we'll click OK. And then we'll go back to Menu, for Analyze, 6 curve fit, 6 exponential. This correlation coefficient is just a little bit stronger. It looks like 0.986. So this is positive and strong. So the conclusion here, the more years in college, the more debt someone has. So make sure you get those grants and scholarships. So you're not one of those people in the statistic. Alright, before you go on to your slide, let's go over how to do this on Desmos. So you go to desmos.com/calculator. And then you want to click on the plus sign and make a table. And then type in your data points just like before. After you've typed in your numbers, click the box underneath the table, and then you'll type this in. Y1 tilde A times B caret X1 power. And to get the correlation coefficient, in this case, we will click log mode. So notice we have that correlation coefficient. It's right here and right here. Same thing. So let's write down that process. So we go to desmos.com/calculator. And then you click the plus button to add a table. Enter the data. And then type Y1 tilde A times B caret X1 power. And then click log mode. So on your slide, you can use either of those two methods. Plug in your data for the linear regression here. This will be X, this will be Y. You can use Desmos or the TI Nspire. How do you feel about today's topic? Can you explain it to others? Are you not sure yet, or somewhere in between? Drag the icon on how you feel about today's topic. And on the last slide, go ahead and write your summary. How do I use the TI Nspire to find regressions? How do I use the results? Write a paragraph to summarize this process. Use the helper words from the word bank in your writing. So include at least one of these words when you're writing your summary.